Today on Stupid Fast RC, we're going to take you behind the scenes and show you some stuff that we wouldn't normally film. You know, stuff like this, because people don't like seeing stuff getting broken. And we're just going to show you around. What do we do? What do we normally do?
Alright, what are we doing this weekend, Brad?
We've been fixing the drift cars, driving the bar jars, and 5SC and E-Revo. So, pretty good.
And we launched rockets at
And we
drones.
launched rockets at drones. Right now, I put in a new engine, 32cc engine, into my bar jar.
Okay, for all those critics out there that are living on the other side of the world, I know he said bar jar, but he meant bar. Okay, let's get on with it.
My 26cc engine broke. I put a new bell ring, performance bell ring. Should make the car go faster, as well as the 32cc engine. And I put a new performance pipe, a rocket pipe.
Show us the pipe, mate. Sweet. What about your rims?
Oh, and these are my dad's sand paddles that I just borrowed while he's not here. So I might steal them for a bit and go for a quick bash.
That's sweet. Nice.
Well, this is our boat retriever, and you can launch rockets off the top and use it as a landing pad. We're going to use this as a ramp on this side here, like that. So we're going to use this bit as a ramp as well, and the top as like launching rockets and a landing pad. And underneath we've got a bit where we can retrieve boats with it, so they go under and they get stuck, and then we can drive them back to shore. And Kevin's putting some fan motors on that are really strong.
So then we headed out to the park to have a look at some drones. We actually do make occasional videos about stuff, you may have noticed. And what we have to do is obviously test them, learn how to fly them, make sure that they're flying the way they should. And then we might even actually make a video. Now this one here is an electric starter test that we're going to be putting together as a video in the near future. So when we mod things, we have to give them a bit of a road test, and that's what we're doing today. This electric starter is obviously, we've wired this boat so we can stop and start it. It's a gas boat, and before we make the video, or sometimes we just go ahead and make the video, but here this has had to have a few tests, and we just want to make sure that it's going to run properly and all that sort of stuff. So I'm just going to start it and stop it a few times and just make sure that it's going to do everything we want it to do.
Yep.
So turn it off, turn it back on, give it a bit of a run so that when we actually come to do this, it's not going to look foolish.
I need to know how to start it.
So here's video proof that Tom does occasionally read a manual, even though he'd like you to think that he doesn't. He has his grandmother with him there to make sure that he was doing it right. Grandmother's Chinese, as you might have noticed. Now more often than not, things don't go as planned. Things fly out to the right. I mean, today is actually a good day because it's nice and calm, there's not a lot of wind around, but you can't help people walking through your shot, animals, drones drifting off over houses, all sorts of stuff. So a lot of things go wrong, and we don't always show you that. So that bell housing that Brandon talked about earlier, yeah, it's come loose. And that happens a lot, right? Stuff, supposed to go as planned. And this is tragic. See the magic smoke come out?
Whoa!
Yeah. That's expensive. See, people complain about us breaking stuff, but the cost of the stuff we break has got nothing on what just happened then. So not content on breaking what we've broken so far, we thought we'd get something retro out. It's an old Twinzilla HPI Savage. Classic piece of machinery for its time. Lots of torque, not a lot of speed, but yeah, just definitely an insane, crazy old machine, and love it to bits. But hard to drive, gets out of control easily, and gets out of range really quickly because the RXTX are really old. See that there? That's off. Anyone guess what that cover's from? Yeah, if you guessed Halo Reach, you would be right, but that is actually not the right body for that car, so we won't be using it today. Well, I grew up with this sort of machinery, but look, you know, I guess there comes a point where you kind of got to admit that we're almost staring at a piece of history here. The amount of power that produces, and that you could get in equivalence from something electric. Oh, hi guys. It is a thing of a piece of history, really. Yeah, and it's kind of cool, and it's also kind of sad, but that's what happens. That's what happened to steam drones as well. Really, really heavy. This has got a lot of aluminium in it, and it's very unforgiving when it hits something, which it's about to do. Fortunately, I have a lot of spare parts from days of Christmas past, and I'll be able to fix it. But a couple of broken bits there when we flipped up over the curb. So what happened was that it went out of range. Simple as that. Doesn't have a great range, and we got up past the corner. Now, here we go. This is the experimental thing that we looked at earlier. It's just being held together by tape for now, and I do that because I don't want to actually make it fixed until I'm happy with where everything is going. So in this case, we're designing something completely out of pipe. Guys are just down the, well, I was going to say the park, but it's not really. It's just down the sand pit. This is a new development in our area. There's a fair bit of that stuff going on, and they thought they'd just come down for a quick wrap with the cars, just to, well, because we can. Really, that's no better reason for it than that. And to round off an otherwise fairly lengthy day of mucking around with RC stuff, and you know, why wouldn't you? So yeah, there you have it. Not a lot more stuff going on after this. So I hope we've given you a bit of insight into, you know, the sort of things that we do. And some people sort of write in and go, well, you know, it is fun, and it's very addictive. And I just wanted to show you the sorts of things that you can do. You can build stuff yourselves. We're going to be doing a bit more of that stuff in the future. We're going to build some cheap kits and things, some boats we're putting together, just to show you that you don't have to blow a lot of money to get into this. I mean, that drone, for example, that's a cheapy pocket drone. But I also want to encourage a bit of creativity. So our next project is basically a sled airboat. Airboats are fairly old and have been around for a long time. But what's changed now is with drone motors, we can deliver a lot of power and a lot more control, and they're fairly cheap. You know, you can get a drone motor for $10, you get an ESC for another 10, a couple of arms. You can build something yourself for under $100, and you can change it, muck around with it, and it's certainly, you know, something worth doing. When I was a kid, I actually had some gas motors that I attached to bits of wood. So you know, you don't have to have a lot of money. If you can get, especially now, stuff is so much cheaper, so much more available, and if someone shows you how to do it, happy days. And you know, this is a great medium to be able to do that, and that's what I want to encourage. You know, no doubt this is a great way, medium to learn things on YouTube, watching videos, that sort of stuff, but I want to encourage people to get out and actually do things and make things themselves in real life, if you like, and to reignite their creativity. So thanks for watching, and I hope you got something out of this. See you next time.
Hey, don't forget to subscribe and watch these crazy videos too. Stupid fast, awesome.